It looks pretty easy right now, doesn't it? But breastfeeding is the hardest thing that I've ever had to do. In fact, 90% of women report that they have struggles within the first 3 days of breastfeeding, and 30% of those women are supplementing with formula just 6 to 8 weeks after they gave birth. So that's a huge number of women having to supplement because of the challenges that they had. I had absolutely no idea that breastfeeding would be so hard, but just a few hours after I gave birth, my first son, Samuel, this is Isaac, my first son, Samuel, I was in so much pain. I felt so emotional. I just really thought that I was going to have to throw in the towel and that I was not going to be able to breastfeed, that was the end. And my journey was just a few hours long, basically. I had given up before I even started. And it was because no one told me about how breastfeeding was, how I was supposed to get started. And just within a few hours, I had cracked, sore, bleeding nipples. I felt like I was like the worst mom in the world. I get emotional even talking about it because I really did not think that I was going to be able to do it. And even worse, I felt that everybody was against me. I had the formula companies throwing, samples at my face, the nurses at the hospital putting pressure on me, family members. So what I decided was that when I got home, I was going to be able to breastfeed, and formula was not an option for me. So I started to do so much research. I invested so much money, so much time talking to specialists about it, that finally I was able to discover that what I was doing wrong was that I was following standard guidelines for breastfeeding that, lactation consultants at the hospital had given me, but that was not my situation. Those were not my struggles. So once I was able to kind of develop my own technique and listen to how my body was producing milk and what my situation was, I was finally able to start to breastfeed my son, Samuel. And then what was more amazing was with my second pregnancy with Isaac, I was able to prove it furthermore. And just from the get-go, my breastfeeding journey was amazing. I've been able to breastfeed exclusively for 6 months, and he's almost a year now. We're going super strong. So I decided to make it my mission. And from all the breastfeeding groups that I attended, I started a breastfeeding community, and then soon I had a breastfeeding book. But I decided to kind of analyze things a little bit deeper, and I found that the struggles with breastfeeding really lay in the foundation, that women did not have a good solid foundation for breastfeeding, and they didn't realize how important the first 40 days of breastfeeding are. I mean, they establish your milk supply for the rest of your journey. So what you do in those first 40 days will determine the rest of your journey. So that's when I developed the Breastfeeding Secrets eCourse. It's a course that helps women prepare for breastfeeding when they're pregnant, and it helps them overcome challenges when they're in that desperate point that I was, that you would do absolutely anything to be able to make breastfeeding possible for you. So if you're one of those mommies that is struggling right now, that you're just ready to throw in the towel just like I was, or maybe you're a mom that is pregnant and you want to prepare so that you don't have to go through those challenges, then this is definitely something that you want to take on, which is the Breastfeeding Secrets eCourse. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open an early access group, which is going to have around 10 seats. And the course is going to be completely free to those moms. And what's going to be really cool and unique is that I'm going to do it kind of like personalized. So I'll take you by the hand. You'll have access to me all the time. We'll be communicating and going through, the course and details, and helping you out so that you're able to finally, get on your way and start to a successful breastfeeding journey. So make sure you apply as soon as you can. Again, the link is below in the description. I'll see you inside, mommies.